Thanks for calling
Hey,
in.
not too bad. How are you?
Lovely. Where are you calling from?
Vancouver, Canada.
Vancouver. Canada. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, do you ever watch the game in the Scotland Yard? Oh, no, that's in Toronto. Apologies, probably
Yeah.
quite far.
No, no. I actually have seen a Spurs game though. It was a couple years ago.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Which game?
it was West Ham versus Spurs and they won 2-0. It was like right before that huge downfall with with Conte, so at least it was a good game.
What did you make out of what happened today? Frustrating result. Were we
Mhm.
unlucky? Should we have, or what caused the drop in points today, do you think?
Um, I thought I mean everyone was saying like the first half I thought it went like pretty well. But it was just kind of getting that feeling, as long you keep going, you're not putting
Hmm.
ball in the back of the net. You just kind of wonder, it's just like, okay, well, it only takes one time for them to come down and score. And like, sure enough, that's what happened. But yeah, the second half was it was really bad. It was so disjointed, just so many calls. I don't, Obviously they changed the formation, but I kind of figured that's what he would have thought would have happened in the first place. So I was a little surprised at how disorganized and clueless we looked against it. And how he did put the midfield eventually is how I probably would have started initially. I'm getting a little annoyed seeing Xavi on the left. Maybe it was part of their tactics that he would move in and then Destiny would kind of keep on the outside. But I definitely think he's more of a threat when he's on the inside. But yeah, like you guys were saying, maybe like he just kind of ran out of steam by the time he was moved on the inside. Bergvall, I think he's better as an 8 as well. I don't really want to see like Bentancur and Paulinho paired together, especially in a game like this where you're looking for some more creativity, being up the pitch a bit more. They're not going to be like pushed back. I don't really understand why we keep sort of persisting with that pair, honestly. Even Spence, like I love Spence, and but even still, you kind of figured today would have been the one where you need the crosses in a little bit more. Creativity probably wouldn't have as much room like to overlap like Spence would normally do. So yeah, I don't know. It obviously was better in the first half, but once they changed things, it just looked so disjointed. Everyone kind of went anonymous. It was strange and frustrating.
Yeah, it seemed as though as soon as they changed their formation in that half time, Pereira went to a back three. It's like it was as if Frank didn't really have an answer to it, isn't it? And what is it? What kind of how much of a worry is that? Because that should have been. That's kind of what Frank is known for, changing things up and asking different questions and finding solutions, but didn't kind of have any of those today, did he?
Yeah, no, that's why I was a little surprised. And it's not like this is the first time you've ever come against a team in this formation. There will be other teams that do that as well, and everyone praises him on his in-game management and whatnot. So it was a little baffling. I'm not one to like jump off a bridge though anytime something kind of goes wrong, especially like this early in the season. I mean, I was like an Ange stan, and I was sad to see him go. But like, if you're on my team, I'm rooting for you, and I'll go to bat for you, kind of thing, right? So just because like I don't necessarily agree, or I thought things could have gone a bit better, I'm not gonna like rag on him too hard or anything. But I will say, I'm obviously happy with the results that we've come up with, and I think it is good that we can still get the results even though we haven't, reached our full potential. And I think that's pretty understandable given how early he is in his tenure, obviously. But I would agree with him. I think Brighton was our best game as like a whole, and a lot of the other games that we played, it's been kind of like good little spurts, maybe a little bit more shored up defensively, but offensively, it's always been a bit lacking for me. So I'm sure that'll come. That's why I'm not like worried necessarily. But it's just it is what it is right now.
Do you give the team credit today for at least sticking in there till the last and getting that equaliser when to be honest, that last half an hour, as you say, over the second half, it didn't look for the world that we were going to score, did it? So, is it credit to the team or is it just a bit of luck? How do you see it?
I think it's always probably a bit of both. I mean, you're not going to get that luck if you're not pushing for it, right? So I'm glad to see that they keep the fight there. They're trying to keep pushing. They're trying to make something happen, even if it wasn't always coming off. Obviously, I think, obviously when you're kind of in that sense or in that space and it's getting to last minutes and people start panicking, the passes go off, like the crosses are going crazy, like you're not really keeping your head, and it's hard because you want to make it happen and you're kind of getting stressed out. So sometimes a bit of luck is what's warranted, and obviously that was very lucky just to have a last minute goal. But on the face of it, I don't think I think that was a fair result. I don't think we should have come out with a loss. I know it wasn't like a great game in the whole, but I think we could have been up by like 1 or 2 in the first half, and then we'd probably be talking about a different game. So
I agree. I thought if you take the whole 90 minutes, you can probably say a draw is a fair result. But if you're looking at a second half, we didn't deserve anything from that. Paulinia jumping into the crowd, taking his shirt off at 1-1 after equalising against a side who we just gave their first point to this season. What was your thoughts on him having that kind of wild celebration? Is it understandable given the nature of the timing of the goal? Are you thinking a bit embarrassing when we've just drawn at home to Wolves?
I think I can see both sides of it. Like I can understand, like, you know, it's a last minute goal. It's obviously going to be exciting. You know, you got us a point, but at the same time, like, yeah, it is a tie. It is against Wolves. I don't think taking your shirt off is warranted very often, especially not in that sense, but I'm sure he just got carried away. I don't know, passionate probably.
To be fair, great goal. You don't expect that from Paulinia, do you?
No, yeah, it was. How I was yelling, I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, no, it was good. I'll take it.
He's our top goal scorer now, isn't he, Paulinia?
Yeah, and he's had some, good goals, apart from, I guess the City one was a bit of like a scruff, but yeah, the other two were really nice.
Overhead kick against Doncaster, and he got the goal today, which was a fine finish. And look, a brilliant goal which got us the draw. The draw, despite how frustrating it is, does leave us in third position though in the league. Are you looking at the table at the moment, or is it too early to start looking at these things?
I mean, I'll always look just to see where things are at, but it's not like, I don't know. I'm not someone who, like, a good result and I'm like flying off like, oh, we can win it, or a bad result, oh, like we're going to be back where we were. I'm pretty level-headed with that stuff. And I'm always kind of, well, if it's in reach, like, why not try and go for it, right? In terms of the title. So we're still in and around it. I think that's definitely the key of just trying to stay consistent, not drop too many points. And I think it's fair given like how we've performed, and as well as other teams too. So hopefully we can keep up with that. And even especially like early in the season, I think it is important because obviously as things go on, you know, if injuries happen or whatever, you might have to make up other things down the line. So I think it's always good to get a good start.
If you were to give man of the match to someone, who would you give it to?
I don't know. If it was first half, I would have probably even thought like Destiny and Kudus were probably like our biggest threats, but pretty much went anonymous in the second half. So I don't know. Maybe I'll give it to the goal scorer.
Paulinia. Second person to do that. KAYLA, it's a brilliant call. Thank you so much for calling in and giving your time. Please do call in again. That was really good. Appreciate you.
Really do. Thank you.